Hello and welcome to Kickstart Vinyasa. This is a Vinyasa sequence that is pretty short and punchy, but it's got full body moves in and it's a good one if you're looking to get up and going and out the door. Come to stand in the middle of your mat. Yes, we are starting standing. You might stand long on your mat. Take your feet nice and wide. Now, in terms of props today, you might like a couple blocks to pop your hands down on to help stepping backwards and forwards. We're also doing a few lifts up off the ground, and it can be way more gratifying and way more fun to do if you've got blocks under your hands to give yourself a little bit more lift. We do spend a little bit of time with our legs up or in a bridge. Again, having blocks or a bolster can be really nice to support those poses, but if you don't have them handy, it's no problem, we can make do. So we are standing in the middle of our mat, feet wide enough to feel balanced, and we'll take a big breath in as you roll your shoulders forward and up, and breath out as you roll them back and down. Repeat, inhale. Exhale, moving shoulders. One more. Excellent. Keeping that focus on the breath and allowing your breath to move long and consciously as you make your way through this practice. Let's bring some movement into the head and neck, rocking ear to shoulder. Roll it around, chin to chest, ear to other shoulder, and back. Some gentle neck circles, repeat that. And then pause in the middle and take everything in the other direction. Ooh, little pops in the neck. Always moving gently and mindfully when we work with the neck. Bring your chin through center and look forward. Take a little micro bend in the knees, kind of like you're creating suspension, and start to feel really strong and steady through the pelvis. So if you find that you deliberately or you kind of naturally posteriorly or anteriorly tilt, just take a moment to set your pelvis in a neutral position and then use your muscles, your glutes, your lower belly to hold that position. You're feeling really strong from the belly button down. As you inhale, bring your arms into a cactus shape. Pull your shoulder blades together, let the elbows come behind you. With that stability in the lower body, lift your heart, maybe take a little back bend. Think like a happy cat spine. As you exhale, bring your forearms together, chin to chest, round the upper back, still stable through the lower body. Inhale, open it up. Think of this as like a cat-cow kind of movement, but we are just standing. Exhale to round. Moving the whole upper body, inhale. And exhale. Next time you inhale, open the arms, pause. Step your feet a little bit wider, so maybe feet kind of close to where your elbows are. Big bend in the knees and place your hand on the knees, goddess squat. Sink your hips as low as feels nice. Turn your toes out slightly. I like to place the fingertips pointing down to the inner knees. Start to dip your left shoulder between the knees and look right. A little twist here, leaning forward as much as feels right. Bring yourself up through center. Repeat. Right shoulder dips. Look left. Inhale it up. Exhale, look right. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, look left. Inhale it up. Pause through center. Straighten your legs. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Big stretch. Then bring the arms down by the sides, point all 10 toes to the front of your mat and step your feet together at the front of the mat. Samastiti, maybe palms meet at the chest. Let's take a moment here before we roll through some sun salutations. Inhaling deep. Exhaling, hands come down by the sides, Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach up, stretch tall. Exhale, tip forward at the hips, but bend your knees as much as you need to kind of allow some comfortable movement. Work your way into your forward fold slowly. Inhale, halfway lift, maybe palms step to shins.
Exhale, bring the hands down to the floor, bend your knees as much as you need to do so, and then step back into the top of a push-up. Now that push-up might be on your knees or toes, your choice. Strong body as you gaze slightly forward. And exhale, bend the elbows, come all the way down to the floor. Belly touches floor, and we inhale, baby cobra. Shine the heart forward, pull the shoulder blades together, squeeze your glutes a little. Exhale, let's come to our first downward facing dog. You may choose a child's pose instead if you're warming up a little bit more slowly. If you are in your down dog, you might choose this moment to pedal out the feet, warm up your ankles, your calves, taking any wiggles that feel right for you. And coming into stillness, body is symmetrical. Come up onto the tippy toes, bend knees, gaze forward. You can hop, float, or tippy toe, step your feet up to the top of the mat. Once you get there, take a halfway lift, tabletop back. Exhaling for a fold. And inhaling, sweep the hands around and up, grow tall. Exhaling, palms come down through heart center. And they land down by the sides, Tadasana. Let's repeat that with a little bit more flow. Inhale, sweep the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana, grow tall. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, tabletop back, broad collarbones. Exhale, palms to floor, plank pose, knees or toes, your choice. Strong exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. You may choose Chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra, perhaps your up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You might prefer a child's pose or a tabletop. That's your choice. Wherever you are, spine is nice and long. A breath in and out here. Come up on tippy toes, bend knees, gaze forward, travel to the top of the mat, halfway lift once you get there. Exhaling, we fold. Inhale, keep the feet planted, reach around and up, grow tall. Exhaling, hands down through heart center. Tadasana. One more time, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant palms, plank pose. Lower down all the way to the floor or chaturanga. So body floats, only hands and toes on the floor. Inhale, baby cobra or up dog, where tops of the feet touch the floor. Legs are strong, lower back is long. Pull the heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 big long rounds of breath here. Spine is long. Lower belly draws in. You might squeeze the quads here. Remember, your knees can be bent. Come up high on toes, bend knees, gaze forward. Travel to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift once you get there. Exhaling brings a forward fold. Inhaling, we come to standing. Exhaling, hands come down through heart center. Palms by the sides, Tadasana. Surya Namaskar B, bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. So you sit down low, reach the arms up, bicep by ears. Exhale, lengthen the legs, tip forward. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms to floor. Step back to the top of a push-up. That might be knees or toes, your choice. Strong belly, we lower all the way down, chaturanga or the floor. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We change it up a little bit here in our Surya B. Come up high on toes, bend knees, gaze forward. Step just the right foot forward. Now you can give that foot a little hand if it needs. You might choose to put the back knee on the ground, or you might choose to put the back foot on the ground at 45 degrees. You might choose to be up high on that back toe for more of a lunge than a warrior one, your choice. Wherever you are, front right knee stays bent, reach up, lunge. Straight away, breathe out, hands to floor, step back to the top of a push-up. Lower down, floor or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward, help if it needs. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, palms to floor, vinyasa. We step back to the top of a push-up. Lower down, floor or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 5 rounds of breath here. Inhaling deep. Exhaling long. Always the option to bring the knees to the ground here for a tabletop or a child's pose. Taking your final round of breath here. Long spine. Come up high on toes, bend knees, gaze forward. Travel to the top of the mat. Halfway lift once you get there. Exhale, fold. Remember your chair pose. As you reach the arms up, sit the butt low, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, stand tall, hands come down in front of the heart. Hands come down by the side, Tadasana, ready to move into some more standing postures. As you inhale, weight comes into the left leg. Pull your right knee into the chest, reach up. You can keep all 10 toes on the ground here if it feels better, or float that knee. As you exhale, take a big long step back, hands shoot down by the sides, right leg steps to the back of the mat, left leg bends, arrowhead pose. Circle your arms open and turn the right foot onto the floor. So the toes of the right foot point to the long edge of your mat, warrior 2. Lunge deeply into the left knee. Pull your belly button over your pubic bone, arms to a T. Pause, 3. Long lower back, 2. 1. Straighten both legs, back hand, back thigh. Reverse Trikonasana, reach the left hand up. Now your legs are already in position for Trikonasana or triangle pose. Cartwheel them back through a T. Tip the hips back as you reach forward, placing your left hand down on the thigh, the shin, a block on the inner edge of the foot, or perhaps the floor if you're feeling it. Turn your whole sternum to point out to the right, reaching right arm up, stacking both shoulder blades onto the back, and thinking about making that T shape with your arms. Trikonasana is like a sneaky twist pose. Drawing your left rib cage to the space in front of you, and your right rib cage to the space behind you. A big breath in. And as you breathe out, take that top right hand and bring it to the inner edge of your left foot. And then walk both hands, turn all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat, wide-legged forward fold. Take a breath in, lengthen the spine. And as you breathe out, tip forward at the hips, long legs, bend the elbows, and you can place your palms on the floor and kind of walk your palms between your legs to intensify that feeling of stretch. I like to really lengthen out through the back of the neck here, but you're always welcome to take the intensity out of this shape as you need. Take a big breath in and out. Press into your hands, lift up just enough that you can turn your heels in, toes out, bend the knees, come back to that goddess squat, and then roll your way up, open your arms to a cactus shape. Pause here for 3, 2, and on 1, turn your right toes in, turn your whole body to the front of the mat, a nice short 90-90 lunge. Reach both hands down by the sides, arrowhead pose. Come up high on the back toes. So we bring all of our weight into that front left leg. Pause here for a moment. And nice and slowly drop both hands down to the ground, either side of that front foot. Here we take a vinyasa. Step both feet to the back of the mat, high plank or low. Lower down, floor or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Back body is strong. And exhale, downward facing dog. Weight into the left foot. Inhale, right leg lifts. Three-legged dog. Exhale, step it up between the hands. Straight away, put weight into that right foot. Lift the left knee into the chest. Reach the hands up to the ceiling. Nice balance here. Excellent. Bring your right hand to the hip and use your left hand to guide the left leg or left foot to the inner right leg, tree pose. If you're not feeling a one-legged balance today, you can pop those toes on the ground and turn the knee out to the side. Wherever you are, reach both hands up to the sky. Balancing here, really press the heel to the inner leg for 3, 2, on 1, lower the left hand in front of you, reach the right arm up and over for a nice side bend, really challenging your balance here. Pause for 3, 2, and 1. Both arms reach up, pull the knee to the chest, so foot leaves the leg. Arrowhead, step the left foot to the back of the mat, reach your hands back. Find your balance. And then pop both hands down on the floor and back knee down on the floor. Support that back knee with a folded blanket or something soft if you like. Push both hands into the mat. They can be up on blocks if you like. And extend the right leg back for a bird dog. So you're in a tabletop with the right leg extended to the back, lifting that heel. Push into the left hand, left knee, pivot on the left shin as you lift the right arm up, modified side plank. Pause here for 3, 2, and 1. Both hands come to the floor, come to your plank, whether that be on your knees or toes. Take a big breath in to prepare, and out we move through a vinyasa. Lower down floor or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Option to lower your knees down to the ground, your choice. We're here for 3 more rounds of breath, give or take. Spine is long no matter what option you choose. Come up high on the tippy toes, bend knees, gaze forward. Travel to the top of the mat. Take a halfway lift once you get there. Fold it forward. And grow tall. Reach your hands around and up. Come to standing. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. And land down by the sides. Excellent. Let's do exactly the same thing on the other side. Weight comes into the right leg. We pull left knee to chest. Grow nice and tall, nice and strong. Big step back, arrowhead pose. Left foot to the back of the mat. Find your balance first. Once you've got it, cartwheel the arms open, warrior 2 to the left side this time. So we've got our right foot forward, left toes point to the long edge of the mat. Draw the lower belly in, feel long through the lower back, arms to a T. Gaze over that front middle finger. Reverse Trikonasana, straighten the front leg, reach up. Triangle pose, arms to a T. Draw the pelvis back, reach forward, and then tip it over. You might grab yourself a block or you might step your hand onto the shin. Whatever helps you really open up through the chest. And then keep that length through the lower back. Keep drawing those lower ribs in. Look for that nice, expansive T shape with the arms. Look up if it feels good. For 3, 2, and 1. We take that top left hand down, and as you turn all 10 toes to the long left edge of your mat, we move to a wide-legged forward fold. I like to take a moment and inhale to lengthen, prepare. And then exhale, palms to floor, bend elbows, fold it forward. Maybe walking your hands in line with your feet. You can kind of use that Pressure between your hands and the mat and bent elbows to draw your head a little lower. Again, working with what feels right for you. Lift yourself up enough that you can turn your toes in, bend the knees, roll your way up, goddess squat. This time, left knee turns to the front, helps your whole body turn to the front of your mat for a lunge. Lean forward and down, get high up on those back left toes, arrowhead pose. A moment here, breathe in, lots of weight in that front leg. And breathe out, slowly sprinkle palms down to the ground, Vinyasa. Step back to the top of a push-up, lower down floor or chaturanga. Inhale up, dog or baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. This time, weight pushes into the right leg, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot to the top of the mat. Find your balance. You might come through your arrowhead first, and then stepping your right knee into the chest, reach your hands up. You can bring left hand to hip, right hand guides right foot to your tree pose, your vrikshasana. Think about squeezing the right glute and squeezing the left kind of more on the side here, so you're not kind of bumping into that hip, but you're keeping the hip over the heel. Arms might reach up. Right arm reaches down, left arm up and over, maybe a little side bend here. Challenge your balance. Inhale, both hands reach up to the ceiling, knee to chest. Pause. And then a big step back to your arrowhead pose. Find your balance. And then hands come down to the ground. Kiss back knee down to the floor, support under if you need. And then extend your left leg behind you. So we're in this bird dog tabletop shape with the left leg extended. Pressing into right hand, right shin. Pivot on the shin as needed to peel the left hand up. Keep that left leg floating. Modified side plank, pausing here. Both hands, back toes come to the floor. Step into your plank, whether that be high or low. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, Vinyasa, lower down to the floor or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing here for 3 or 4 rounds of breath. Always the option to bring the knees to the ground for a tabletop or a child's pose. Using this opportunity to smooth out the breath. We jump through to a seated position here. To do that, we come up high on toes, bend knees, gaze forward. Step your right foot over to the left side of your mat. Left foot crosses behind. Bend the knees so much you can walk your hands back, bring your butt to the floor, extend your legs out in front of you. If that didn't feel nice, make your way to a seated position, however feels right for you. Bend your knees up nice and close, Navasana boat pose. So you can have toes on the ground, or you can start to lean back, strong belly, broad chest, lift the legs up. Maybe shins come parallel with the ceiling. If you're feeling it, you can fully extend the legs, point the toes, reach forward. Wherever you are, belly strong, lower ribs knit in. Pause for 3. Breath is smooth. 2 and 1. Keep this boat shape. Start to extend your legs long. Lean back. See if you can bring just your lower back to the floor. Everything else stays lifted. 3, 2, 1. Strong belly, sit all the way up. Pop your legs out wide on the floor. So you're sitting up in your wide-legged forward fold. Taking some rocket yoga inspired Mula Bandha lifts. If you've got blocks, grab your blocks. If you don't have blocks, no dramas. Now, the thing with these lifts is you don't actually have to get
off the ground to feel the benefit of them. Think about using your quads, your hip flexors, and your lower belly to help create a sensation of lightness kind of in your pelvis. And if you can get your butt up off the ground, that's a bonus. I love having the blocks because it does make it a little bit easier. So we have the option of taking your hands straight in front of you, or you might take them wide straight behind you. Your choice. In front of you is a little bit trickier. If you've got your hands up on blocks, I like them on their lowest level. That's the steadiest. So whether they're beside your hips or in front of you, I want you to press hard into your blocks, lean slightly forward. Think about gathering up kind of activation and energy in your lower body. Press, press, press into your blocks and see if you can lift your butt up off the ground. Pause for 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Now bring your right hand or right block to the inner left and take your left hand to the outer. So you're turning your whole body over your left leg and one hand either side. Lean a little bit forward over that left leg. Push hard into your blocks. Big breath in. And as you breathe out, see if you can lift your butt up or even just get light on your butt. If it doesn't leave the ground, it's no problem. Press and lift for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Now, if that lift is coming quite easily for you, you may also try to lift up one or both legs. That just requires a little bit more practice and a little bit more of that lift in the legs, obviously. Let's go over to the right side, turning your sternum, one hand either side, lean forward, big breath in to prepare. Breath out, lower belly strong, hip flexors strong, push and lift. Hold for 3. You might practice maybe lifting a leg, 2, and 1. Woo. Gently bring yourself down. Pop your blocks off to the side, gather your knees in. You might take a little rock from side to side. And then roll your way down onto your back. 2 feet to the floor. Coming into a bridge. Now you can make this restorative or active, your choice. I'll explain both. Hands down by the sides. Press hard into your feet and peel the hips up off the floor. Think tailbone, sacrum, lower back, mid back, rib cage. Now if you want this to be chill, restorative, place a block or a support underneath your sacrum and relax the pelvis down. If you want this active, press hard into your hands. You might really tuck your shoulder blades in. You might clasp your hands under your back. Keep that lift of the pelvis away from the floor. Think about activating your hamstrings and your glutes, feeling long through the lower back. Wherever you are, let's pause for 3. Breath is still smooth. 2, and 1. Gently lower down. If your hips are on the block, keep them there. Enjoy your restorative bridge for a little longer. If you're following me with the active moves, pull your knees to the chest. Give a little rock from side to side. Now, option here to come into a shoulder stand if that's something that feels fun and you've got experience with. Otherwise, let's just take our legs up. If you've already got your hips up on a block, extend your legs up. If you don't, you might like to pop a support under there, block, bolster, folded blanket. Again, if you've been through a shoulder stand with a teacher and that feels safe and comfortable for you to do right now, this is a good option or a good time to take that option. If you want a bit more activity, pull your toes towards your shins and press your heels up. Activate your quads. Hands can be down by the sides. Holding your inversion for 3, 2, and 1. Gently draw your knees to the chest. A little hug. Gently remove your support if you've got one. Keep your knees tucked into the chest. Take your arms wide into a cactus or a T shape and then rock the knees over to the left. A gentle supine twist. Any modifications or versions are a welcome. Breath is smooth. Gently guide the knees up through center and over to the other side. Gently guide your knees up through center and relax your feet down to the floor. You can come to extend yourself out into your Shavasana. You might choose constructive rest like me. If you would like to take a longer, more luxurious Shavasana, you might choose a guided Shavasana from this platform. You might pause this video and play a piece of music or set a timer, whatever works for you. If you'd like to follow me to the end of this class, let's spend 3 deep breaths, softening and stilling the body, releasing any gripping or holding or tension. When it feels right, you might wiggle toes and fingers and just gently move your body in any way that feels right. And keeping your eyes closed or just half closed, face soft, roll to one side. And press your way up to a comfortable seat. Meet with the hands in front of the heart. Let's finish our practice with a collective breath. Breathing in deep and out long. Begin to rub the palms of the hands together, going faster and faster. And take your hands over your closed eyes. Breathe in. Blink the eyes open as you breathe out. And bring the hands down into the lap. Thank you so much for practicing this Kickstart Vinyasa with me. I hope you have an excellent rest of your day. And as always, reach out if you have anything you would like to share with us. Thank you.